Oh, hi. Look, I'm here. In some kind of like freak surprise. Well, that's weird. Yeah, so hi. We got having some technical issues this morning. Obviously, the opening didn't play. I'm just here surprising you for the fun of it. So give me a second. You know, you think you have these things all worked out, and then you never do. So, what do you say? Let me see. 1 second here. Da, 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 da. No. Oh my goodness, no. There we go. Much better. All right. Well, you know what? I can't do this show without actually having the opening sequence because it makes me sad. So we're gonna go ahead and do the opening animation if I can find it, and then we'll start again. All right, here we go. Come on, everybody, let's start the show. A quick ahoy hoy and away we'll go. Richard's got a minifig and Flynn's got a pin. The gang's all here and it's time to begin. Tricky Bricks roll call. Moto, Holly, Kara, and sometimes Blair, Clicky, Logan, Ms. Thing and Angela, and Thunderman Ho! Now you're here to grab your bricks and let's go to the Tricky Bricks Build and Chat Show! Ta-da! There you go, everybody. Hi, how's it going? So, just thought I would restart that. So, how are y'all doing today? Hope you're having a good beginning of the weekend. Now, we are, Richard obviously is not here right now. He's on a work call. Hopefully, he will be done with that work call shortly. Hang on 1 second. We're still, my goodness, we're still getting everything together from Bricks Cascade. And look, I'm going to put my glasses on. There you go. Wow, it is just one of those days, friends. As always. So, yeah, just recovering from Bricks Cascade. Now, we're not going to talk about Bricks Cascade today. We're actually going to talk about Bricks Cascade on Sunday because our whole, well, with the exception of Randall, the whole Sunday brunch bunch was at Bricks Cascade. And we're going to have a lot to talk about that. So I figured we'd do that on that day. And also, today is going to be a slightly shorter show because I actually have to go to work. I got called in. Usually I'm off on Fridays, or actually I work from home, but today I got to go in. So, what are you going to do? But we are still going to hit all the points today. So, first of all, let's do pins, shall we? Ahoy, hoy, everyone, by the way, if I haven't said so. All right, let's see. Let's go. Here we go. This is from our recent visit to LA, and we had an awesome time with Minifig Chick and Paint Pusher, and we stayed at the beautiful Grand Californian Hotel there at Disneyland, and we did. This was a gift from Minifig Chick to commemorate our time, and look at this. I think now, if everything works out right. Yay, the buttons are working again. Here is my pin from the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. Look at that green. Got like this Oz sort of feeling to it. But like a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful hotel and a beautiful time. We had a fabulous time. So there you go. We go. Dun, da, da, da. Grand Californian. All right. So, whoa, it's just kind of swinging around there. So, yeah, that's a nice pin. I haven't gotten to wear it yet. Now, I did get a pin. I got another pin from Fourth World Adam. Actually, from his wife, apparently. And I unfortunately can't share it. here. But find me next time we're at a con, and I will show it to you. It's on my hoodie at the moment, but it's pretty awesome. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have got some. Let's kick off with some Lego news, shall we? We've done pins. We've got. Let's do some Lego news. So, right now, let me see. Oh, here we go. So this is the big Lego news for today, or for this week, is the DeLorean. Now I know that everybody's freaking out about. Now I find it funny. They don't actually call it the DeLorean. They call it the Back to the Future time machine. I'm guessing probably because of rights dealing with the DeLorean name. And all that good stuff. There is a let me see. I've got the information here. Let me just pop it up real quick. There we go. So Back to the Future. It has got, I got to take my glasses off for this one. 1,872 parts. And now what I understand, the cool thing about this is you can make 3 different versions of it. So you can make all 3 different versions from the movie. You can pick whichever one that you want to make. That it has that ability. It also comes with Doc and Marty McFly. And a few props that you might remember from the movie. So I know that everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people are really excited about this. It's going to be $169.99, so $170, and it's going to be coming out in April. So that is kind of the big. That's kind of like the big news for this week. I mean, there's other news that just that happened last week, which we're going to look at also. So I know a lot of people are really excited about this. We got another stuff coming up, and I think I think it looks great. Like, this isn't necessarily my taste. I'm not. This is, again, like a movie from just the generation just after mine. I didn't, I was like okay on this movie, but really fun. Really cool. So, all right. Now, this is the news that came out last week. And of course, I hit up my dear friend Brooks O'Brien about his thoughts on this, because he has been wanting Peach's Castle for a while now. And last week we got introduced to a whole bunch of new Super Mario sets. And we now have an electronic Peach to go with Luigi and Mario. And I know this is one I would actually get, just because, like, I want a pink Princess Peach electronic thing that has eyes and makes noises. Because, like, of course. But that is, it is, but Peach does look, she looks like a brick, right? Like, that's what she's going to look like. So, then, do I know who's the designer on the DeLorean? I don't have a designer name right now. So, let's see. We've got, the other thing we have is Peach's Castle. Now, I know this isn't the Peach's Castle people were hoping for. It is clearly a, made to go with the rest of the Mario sets. It's not like an official Princess Peach's Castle set. It's a set that goes with the playable ones that we have. Now, I know, Brian, not excited. He was really hoping for a big Peach's Castle, but I knew, as soon as this came out, I texted Brian and I was like, well, it's out. You finally got your castle. Now you can tell me how much you hate it. And he did. So, he's not super excited about it. But I mean, I think for what it is, and considering, again, who is this made for? Right? This isn't made for Bricks O'Brien as much as we would like it to be. But it's cool for what it is. I think at least it's there, and at least they've included him or her. Sorry. And I really like the stained glass piece in the top tower. So, how long did that conversation last? Well, not long on my end. Brian's end, it was a very long string of text. So anyway, those are sort of like big Lego news things. I don't know if that's printed or not. It's kind of hard to tell from the photos. It'd be cool if it was. We don't really see clear printed pieces very often. So yeah. And I know everybody's still pushing for this Mario minifigs, and I can't help but think there has to be some reason that they're not doing it. There has to be some reason that they're not doing minifigs. And I'm sure it must have something to do with licensing, because of course it's a huge missed opportunity, and basically a license to print money. Lego is not stupid, and neither is Nintendo. They wouldn't just not be making them to make people upset, right? Like, they're not making them for a reason. There's something, something's going on there. So I expect that we will see, sooner or later, we'll get a reasoning why, or we will see the actual CMFs themselves. So who knows? So yeah, there you go. Yeah, someone else has the IP for the minifig type fig. That's what I think, because it's all weird how the licensing things work out. So, okay. Well, now that we talked about that, we are going to move on to Thing from the Crypt. But let us first say hi to everybody who is here. So if you're here and you want to get a shout out, make sure and say hello in the chat so that I've got you in my little list here. And looking forward to saying, so I got to tell you, we had such an incredible time at Bricks Cascade. And again, we will go more into that on Sunday when we talk with everybody, but it was a fantastic event. Lots of really amazing MOCs. The Tricky Lug collab build was absolutely fantastic. Like, it was just really great. People really enjoyed it. Saw a lot of people checking it out, taking pictures, being really, really excited about all the colors and all the mini dolls. And I promise you, it was one of the more colorful things on the show floor, and definitely the largest gathering of mini dolls anywhere in the whole place, with the exception of maybe Mark's Heartache City, which had a lot of mini dolls from there as well. So it was really fantastic. We'll be showing pictures on Sunday and talking about it with everybody. So, so what other shows are you going to this year? We are going to three other shows this year, and unfortunately we can't go to any more because we're saving up for the third one, right? So what we've got going on is we've got Bricks by the Bay, which is coming up at the end of June. And then the weekend after that, we are flying to Texas, to Austin, to participate in Brick Rodeo, where we will be the keynote speakers. So very, very excited about that. And we are also doing, after that, our next big appointment will be in Billund, showing, doing our art opening. I'm calling it an art opening, doing our art opening at the Lego House with our new piece, and then attending Scareback after that. So between Bricks LA, Bricks Cascade, Bricks by the Bay, Brick Rodeo, and Scareback, that's 5 events this year. I think that that's probably going to be our limit. As much as I would love to go to Brick Fair, Virginia, I just don't think that that's a thing that we're going to be able to do. So unfortunately, we won't be seeing that, but we will, in fact, be at those other places. And if any of you happen to be in Billund at the end of September, come see us. Yeah, I know. Chicago is actually the same weekend as Bricks by the Bay, and Bricks by the Bay is our home con. It's the con where we got our start, where we won our first People's Choice and our first Best in Show award. So we are very dedicated to Bricks by the Bay, and we'll definitely be heading over there. So hey, let's see who is here. And I wonder if Richard will be joining us soon. I'm not sure. Hopefully, we'll see. I can ask him. Richard? Huh? Oh, did I? Yeah. Are you coming soon? Okay, he's doing his best. I'm hoping he's coming soon because... and I hate doing this by myself. But let's say hi to everybody's here. Two Humble Bricks is here, and I'm going to take off my glasses for this one. Scott the U is here. Albert Lee, Brickanista, Bubs and Lava Bat, Darren Siegfried, Richard.
Hi, it's me. No glasses.
I know, I don't have mine either. Dennis Bayrak is here. Fabufan MKE, Heather Miraz, Jake Sadovich. Hey, Jake. We just saw Jake this weekend. We got Lisa Head is here. L Nerd, who did a really great STEM building for the collaboration. It was awesome.
And here we go.
JC Hustle is here, and kicking off the Emscapades, it is the inimitable Marade. We've got Matthew Builds Bricks, Minifig Chick, Monica Berry, Moto, and Ms. Slow Brickta. Many of these people we saw this weekend.
I know, it was so exciting.
We've got, let's see, I thought I saw something.
Osorg is here.
Osorg is here. Joel, Have Studs Will Travel, Needs Socks, Marbella. We'll see what we can do. We've got PT McEwen, Rob Ketcherside. Rob, another person we saw this weekend. Rob Zaccardi, who's the big Friends Vengers Tower was a big hit. We've got Shane Levan. Hi, Shane.
Hey,
it's
Shane.
so great to see you, Shane. We've got Spot the Magic Ninja, the Brick Cove Aubrey, who we also got to meet this weekend, and I got to give like the biggest, longest hug, and it was awesome. The Brick Orphanage, Wax Splat, Zach Martinez is here. Hey, Zach, how's it going? And of course, bonsoir to Wilfred and Zarakino Kim, wherever you may be.
Wherever you are. I also want to give a special shout out to Aubrey, who, when I lost my mask in a crowded convention, came to the rescue with a mask. It was amazing. I was freaking out, and it was the perfect timing. Thanks, Aubrey.
Oh, very good. I didn't know that part. I missed that part. Oh no, that's right. I was sitting right there. I forgot. Yes,
it was a very distracting convention.
It was a very distracting
so
convention.
Fun.
We did a lot of autograph signing and like all kinds of business, but it was a lot of fun.
So we didn't do a lot of games or workshops because we were very busy with Lego Masters responsibilities, which I'm not complaining about. It was awesome to meet people, especially the little kids.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, I'm going to run off and get ready a little bit here, but I want to give a huge thank you to Minifig Chick and Paint Pusher, who stayed with our collaborative build the entire time.
And Rob Ketcherside, too.
And talked to a zillion people. And Rob Ketcherside, who got right down and talked to little girls face to face.
All kinds of little kids, I'm sure.
No, all kinds of kids. But I will say, it was especially popular with little girls who took note of every mini doll. Exactly. It was a very popular piece.
Indeed.
I'm going to be right back.
All right. So, it was a rockin', rollicking good time. So, yes. Let me see. So we are this is just a reminder. If you weren't here last week, I do have an important announcement to make, is that we are now in our last 3 Friday shows. We have this week, we have next week where we'll be doing an update on our Lego house piece. And then the following week will be, hey, Jake, Eric, how's it going? We will be there. And then the following week will be a challenge week, and that will be our last Friday show on April 1st. Shane, Brick Rodeo is June it's like June, very end of June until July 1st. So whatever that last weekend of June, so like June 28th, I think, till the 1st. So, but going back to what I was saying, it is our we are in our last 3 Friday shows, but we'll still be doing Sundays. So we hope that y'all still come and join us on Sundays with our fabulous roster of irregulars. Plus, we'll be having our we'll be having guests each week. Really excited for that, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm as much as we are sad to be done with Fridays. We are still going to be doing some build challenges. We're going to be doing transferring a lot of stuff to the Sunday shows. We're also going to be transferring a lot of stuff to we're going to be transferring a lot of stuff to Tricky Lug meetings. So if you want to be involved and want to continue to stay involved, you can do so through Tricky Lug and, of course, attending the Sunday shows. And if you want to know more about the Tricky Lug and Tricky Lug meetings, you will you can reach out to Minifig Chick, and that's at trickylug@gmail.com, where you can reach that. Also, we will not be I will not be on the raid train anymore. This coming up Tuesday will be my last Tuesday on Twitch, on the raid train anyway. I will still be doing streams from time to time. I'm going to try and toss in some Animal Crossing streams. I'm going to be doing some check-in streams and that sort of thing. So just wanted to let you know that those are the things that that's going on. So we and if you weren't around for a couple of Fridays ago, the reason being we really need to focus on our Lego house piece. It's a very big piece. We still have plenty of time to still have plenty of time to get it done, but we really need to focus. And right now, besides the weekends, Tuesdays and Fridays, are our days that we that I work from home, and it gives me a reason to it gives me more time to work on building. So
I'm just gonna grab
so
a
no,
chair.
like, the raid train is not ending. It's just my part of the raid train is ending. So that will be a thing. Hey, Holly's here. Ahoy, hoy. How's it going? Yeah, so this isn't a goodbye. This is just an adjustment, if you will, of times and days.
A transition.
And there isn't anything, we will probably still be doing some special shows, that sort of thing.
Let me scoot over just a little bit more.
I really don't have anywhere to go.
Sorry.
We'll still be doing some special streams. We'll still be doing some reviews in the like special videos that we'll do, like standalone videos, and we're still going to be having guests on Sundays. I'm not sure. Aubrey says, I'm nervous to get on my island. The kids had free reign the whole time we were at Cascade. Oh dear, you're gonna have like no trees.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
We had an interesting thing happen yesterday.
We did?
It was very exciting. It was more exciting than you can imagine. So remember, we don't talk about this a lot, but remember that TV show we were on a while back, Lego Masters? And in some of the episodes, they would like start the episode, and then you work on the challenge, and you work on it, and you work on it, and then lights and sirens start going off. There's a twist. Well, we just got a twist with our Lego house piece, and it's awesome. But here's what Flynn said.
Hi, Melissa.
He said, "So Richard, we've heard back from the Lego house, and there's good news and there's bad news. Well, it turned out in the end, after a few minutes of freaking out, to be all good news.
Should we talk about what the actual news is?
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep our solution to the challenge.
Yeah.
A secret
For now.
until you see it.
Yeah.
But so what happened, Flynn?
Well, okay, so when we first started this process in
What, 2.5 years ago?
2019,
Yeah.
one of the first things I asked was, can we use lights? Can we use third-party lights, like non-Lego lights? And they said, sure, that's no problem. So we were like, great. So we've been planning on lights. We bought lights. We've, the way that we've been planning it out was that it would be lit in our little underneath, our underneath areas.
Deeply recessed, dark underneath area.
And so a new person has taken over the management of Lego House. And I'm not saying that this is why this happened. I'm just saying that now we're dealing with a different person.
They just clarified.
So I reached out and I said, hey, I've got some questions for you. We're like signing the loan contracts and all this stuff. And I said, hey, so here's my list of questions. 1, can we use IP stuff? Because in all the stuff that we've done for Lego in the past, we haven't been able to use IP stuff. So we just picked up 2 Ariel's castles, the old one and the new one, somehow this weekend.
By Lego Magic.
But with lots of mermaids, right? Because we wanted to use Friends-style mermaids. Like, if we don't use Ariel, like, is it okay to use the bodies? And they said, great. We don't have any problem with that. It's different for the Lego house. Your piece just can't be IP.
Yeah, just don't make Ariel's castle.
Yeah, so we couldn't do Ariel's castles. We couldn't build Hogwarts. Like, we couldn't do, the DeLorean, whatever, right?
Aubrey.
So what's that? Headless Belleville dolls, and this is the solution. Yes. Yes.
Were you standing here in our build room yesterday?
I texted her last night. So the other thing I said was, well, we were told we could use lights, and I wanted to know how far our model is going to be away from the plug so that we know how long of a cable to get.
Yep. Good thing you asked.
Good thing I asked, because this person said, well, I've discussed it with the team. We've never done lights on anything in Lego House before. And we're concerned, being that it's third party and an untested lights, that there could be a fire hazard.
Yep.
Plus the cases are locked, so there's no way for us to get in there and turn them on and off. Like they're just so they said, I'm sorry.
I fell on the floor, and the floor,
clutching your heart.
The floor reached out. This is the big
Red
one.
Fox. This is the big one, Elizabeth. This is the big one, Elizabeth. So yeah, they so we can't use lights. Is
no
the
lights.
Long and short of it. We can use IP, awesome, but we can't use lights.
And so we
Bummer.
thought, oh gosh, we have to go back to the drawing board and rebuild everything from scratch. But
we came up with a solution.
Yeah, within the hour, we had what I think are good solutions. And it's actually, I think the piece is going to be better. First of all, we don't have to worry about hiding wires. We don't have to worry about getting all the way to Billund and having a 2 meter long, 1 millimeter diameter wire break, having lights not work.
And it's also going to save us a lot of money.
It'll save us a lot of money. And I think the design, the build around design is going to be stronger.
Yeah, I do too. And I think it's going to be really interesting and fun. And I think it's going to add some stuff to it that we wouldn't have been able to include, that we wouldn't have included otherwise.
Well, sometimes a twist can get you out of your comfort zone, Like I don't try to build what's safe, but definitely in making something that's stable and beautiful, I, go back to the things we've built before. And this is going to be entirely new.
It is going to be entirely new.
Yay!
And we will share with you what we are doing in the future. But for now, we're going to kind of keep it under our hats until we are sure that it works. We're like, we're going to do this thing. No, we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yay, Holly, I agree. I didn't agree initially, and I super agree now.
Well, you agreed right away, and then you didn't agree, and then you agreed again.
It was kind of like, sure, of course, we can just be flexible, and oh my gosh, do we have to redo 4 months of work?
So anyway, that was our sort of big, like, oh my goodness, what the heck is going on? All right, so we're going to do one more of our features, and then we are going to head on into the slideshow.
Yep. Flynn, I'm so sorry.
What?
I have to go again.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I want to see everyone's builds.
Do we get coffee?
Yes, there's coffee.
The really important part. Do we get coffee? And now you can kind of see why Fridays are becoming an issue.
So I'm so sorry, everyone. I love your builds and I want to see them.
You don't need to apologize, honey. I know everybody understands. But it's time for Thing from the Crypt. Okay, so today's Thing from the Crypt, this is very special and very personal, and something I didn't think I would actually share. But I thought it was time, especially with Fridays rolling down.
Oh my goodness.
So we have a very good friend who I've been friends with for a very, very long time, named Danny Nicoletta, who is an incredible photographer. And not only is he an incredible photographer, he's kind of a famous photographer. And he was kind of Harvey Milk, if you know who Harvey Milk is. He's kind of Harvey Milk's like official, unofficial photographer. Took a lot of pictures of the LGBTQI plus scene here in San Francisco for many, 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 many years. Prolific photographer. Amazing and a very dear friend. And if you saw the movie Milk, there was actually an actor who portrayed him in the movie. Emil Hirsch played, I believe, Danny in the movie. So really, he's really a special person and really special to me and somebody that I've known for a long time. Well, when Richard and I were getting married, I reached out to Danny and was like, look, I know you're like super famous now and everything, but would you consent to taking pictures of our wedding? Would you consider being our wedding photographer? And much to my surprise, he said yes, which was very exciting. So I'm going to show you. So this is, let me see, top cam. So this is Danny's book. It's called, and I'm covering this up because it has something like not terribly appropriate on the t-shirt, but LGBT San Francisco, the Danny Nicoletta photographs. It's a beautiful book. Really, really lovely. You can see this is San Francisco for Pride. They always decorate this big hill with the pink triangle. And there's tons and tons of books, or tons and tons of photos in here. Now, the thing that, let's see, the thing that was so amazing about this is I didn't know this was going to happen. But when the book came out, oh, you have this book, Mairead? Well, then you have something that maybe you didn't know you had. And I'm gonna open up the book to the appropriate page. Pictures of our wedding cake, me and Richard, and our wedding party, including our parents, are in Danny's book, representing, we are the representatives of gay marriage in the book, is what Danny told me. And he was like, I'm really sorry I didn't tell you. And I was like, really, it's okay? That's fine. So, it was really, I love you, honey.
I love you.
It was a really amazing thing. He sent us a copy of the book, and it was just really, really cool. So Mairead, if you have this book, you have our wedding photos. So yeah, it was a really, really, really excellent event. And let's see. Well, yes, he would have. Yes, you are Johnny in that photo. It's true. So yeah, it was. It was Danny. So like, I would have said yes anyway. So it's finally okay. But I mean, it's fine. But yeah, so that is that's the thing. Yeah. There you go. It was a very dapper crowd. We did a vintage garden party theme was our theme, and everybody could come dressed in whatever that meant to them. And your dad wore knickers. It's true. It was really cool. So anyway, that was a very special thing from the Crypt. Very special and very personal. So if you ever see that book out and about, and want to see a little bit about, yeah, Johnny says Bob Board was the best dressed. Yeah, so, I go, yes, we had an Argyle wedding cake. I was very excited. I was very obsessed with Argyle at the time. I still love Argyle. All right, well, I think that brings it to time for a slideshow, friends. Hey, Shy, how's it going? Welcome, Shy Time is my time. Good to see ya. Now, we have a shorter one today, so it should go pretty quickly. I would wear vintage Garanimals matchy-matchy. Oh, Joel, he would have been so excited. Richard would have been so excited.
Yay, Garanimals.
Okay, so let's head on over to the slideshow. If I can get over here, there we go. And we will be done with the Lego news. Boop. Coral! That was an accident. But hey, it's always fun to see Coral, isn't it? All right. Sorry, it's taking me a second here. Oh, everything's not perfect. All right. So, slideshow. So this week was fairy tales was the theme. And we had some really great entries. I know a lot of people were like busy with Bricks Cascade and all that sort of thing. Did you say what? Wait, was it though? Wait, what was it though? Saw lots of Coral last weekend. We did see lots of Coral last weekend. It was kind of an accident. Maybe not an accident. All right. Yeah, I'll let you know, Chris, what it is for the next challenge. And we'll be talking about it at the end. All right. So this is from Darren Siegfried. It says, my fairy tale is The Three Little Pigs and what happened after the wolf blew the house of straw and the house of twigs. Practical Pig called the cops to come arrest the wolf for property destruction. Included is a reproduction of the Fabuland police van. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, and congratulations, Matthew, on your first drama show in 2 years. Oh, I'm so excited. Break a leg, my friend. You will be wonderful, I'm sure. So yeah, this is excellent. I was wondering, and I love that we've included Chima in here.
Chima
is great. Yes, Chima even, and I see Fiddler Pig over there. Mm. Very cute, and I love the little house and the broken down. Whoa,
sorry, I'm just pushing you out of the way.
Oh well,
rudely.
Well, I didn't know you were back.
Hi.
So really, really, really cool. So.
Well, the cobblestones are really cool. Oh.
What?
Well, I'm just seeing those loose bricks of the destroyed house.
Oh, I know.
Make me think of Bricks Cascade.
Oh, did it make you think of when we came home and our... Whoa, what's going on here? Did it make you think of when we came home and all of my stuff was destroyed?
It made me think of when Mel arrived and his giant Spider-Man, from the multiverse.
Spider-Verse build that was completely destroyed by FedEx.
Not only were the things that he took on the plane smashed, but he got his FedEx box, which was marked all over it, this way up, this way up, this way up. It arrived upside down, and his model was basically a pile of bricks, and he got it together, and it looked great, including the lighting behind the green translucent facade.
Sorry, I just noticed that...
Oh, it's back, Flynn.
A bunch of electricity went out. Okay, there we go.
Yay!
Whew, that was terrifying.
So, I'm glad to see that the wolf couldn't destroy all of the houses.
They did get it back together. Sorry, of course, Mel. I was thinking because, of course, I got home and we had to check our bags, which my mock was in, and it arrived completely shattered, and I rebuilt it on Twitch.
Well, we sort of packed for it to be carried on and had to check it at the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm sure you mentioned, but when we talk on Sunday about Bricks Cascade, we've got we have sort of the equivalent of viewer mail. We have generous gifts to share.
It's true. Okay, and here we have another shot of the broken down house.
I love the greebled roof and how it works with the chimney.
Oh, and I just realized one of the pigs is Porky Pig, which I love. And there we have the police van, the Fabuland police van that they did a... Yeah, that's very cool.
Yay, Fabuland.
All right. Next. Oh, I love that we're getting lots of... we've already seen multiple Fabuland figs here.
Oh, look, I can see. There's a tiny little pea under the mattress down there.
So this is from FabuFan MKE. No matter how hard she tried, Paulette Poodle couldn't get comfortable and had the worst night's sleep ever. I love this. I love the giant bed and the ladder and those mattresses. Like, that's all brilliant.
Look, that pea under the white mattress there is less than 1 millimeter thick. She is very sensitive. She's a sensitive princess.
Well, I love the banners. And I mean, like, the bed, like, with the cover is fantastic, and the matching rug.
And the cute drapes with the quarter rounds.
Yep, and I love that, like, whatever that is, like, Chianti bottle on the on the side there. That was a Belleville Fabuland piece.
What is that gray or silver candlestick? It looks cool.
Yeah, well, it looks like an inkwell. It looks like an inkwell with something in it. And then,
it's nice.
Yeah, I love it. So good, FabuFan. This is really good.
Ooh, and the gold. Oh, those. The cones on top of the 4-poster bed too.
Yes. Holly says, my husband and I have been referred to as the Princess and the Pea at work. Pretty sure I'm the pea. All right. Oh my, I love that background. That's really cool. Let's see. So this is from Frankie Siegfried. I wanted to join in the fun with my parents, Darren and Debbie Siegfried, the moment I heard about the Fairy Tale Challenge. I decided to do the Snow Queen, the original Frozen. Because Frozen is my favorite Disney film of all time. Sorry, not sorry. I wanted to honor it by creating the original story it's based off of. In this Lego creation, the Snow Queen has held captive Kai, who has become naughty thanks to being possessed by fragments of a broken mirror. In order to be free, Kai must spell out a word with the broken pieces from the mirror. Gerda, his best friend, goes through a journey in order to find him and save him. With a rose covered in ice and a rose Gerda has in her hand, it is to remind Kai the gardens they made together and the strong friendship they hold.
Wow, this is wonderful and so original.
That is awesome.
I love the colors.
Oh, and that's such a great... I love that minifig.
Grouchy Kai. Yeah, we used one of our first MOCs. Remember how huge it was?
Mm-hmm.
It was like it
The
was
big
so
snow
huge. It
snow
was like
castle?
14 inches tall. We went back and
Indeed.
looked at it later, and it was
It was like this big.
more direct, but it was the biggest thing we built, and she was a big part of it.
She was a big part of it. She was, and then she was also the part of our very first trophy that we built for a con that we ended up winning ourselves.
Oh, that's right.
Like we won our own trophy, which was ridiculous. I think the background is an iPad. I mean, it looks like a screen. I'm not positive of that, but that's what it looks like. This is awesome, Frankie. I love it. And the boat is awesome. Look at that. With the lantern and Gerda and her rose. That's really great. And I love that it's not a fairy tale that you hear about very often.
Yep.
Right? Like we all know the kind of the more traditional ones, and this one's a little bit more people know it, but they don't necessarily know the story. It's really great and really well done.
A fairy tale that was not made into a Disney movie.
There you go. Well, friends, it is time.
Oh.
It is that time. Yes, friends.
How much is it that time?
It is. He knows the word time now. It's time for the pause that refreshes. Yes, everybody, it's Logan Cookie Time. Whoa, he is on one.
Okay,
Holy
calm down there.
Bananas,
He's
kiddo.
freaking out. There you go. Oh, wow, gentle.
Here.
Gentle. I'm going to need those fingers.
Okay, say hi to everybody. And zoop. Yay, Logan.
Oh, you've gotten really good at that.
And one more. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Yay!
Good job,
Yay,
Logan.
Logan. And that has been Logan Cookie Time. Wow, some days he gets very excited.
He was like Hulk smash.
Wow. All right, back to the slideshow.
You know who we saw catch treats, and I saw her catch multiple treats?
Skittles! We saw Skittles catch treats for real. And I'm telling you, the Skittles that you see on the show is not the Skittles that you see in person.
Right,
I'm just going to say that.
It's her TV persona.
Her TV persona of innocently sitting on a chair, missing treats is nowhere near the real story. She's acting. All right. All right, this one.
Dawn, I catch treats too.
This is from Judy MT. A Little Fairy Tale Habitat Stack. The Princess and the Pea, Little Red Riding Hood, and Jack and the Beanstalk. I love this little habitat stack, and I love the like the beanstalk with all those green 3-leaf pieces.
Yep.
It's fantastic. I love how she did the pee under the bed, like left a little like hole.
And the princess is like, my back. It's like sleeping on a like the old style Converta sofa.
Yes,
with the bar
or some couch cushions on the floor. So I love the 3 very different color palettes is great too, because it really keeps the stories separate.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I considered doing a habitat stack for mine, and then I kind of changed directions, and like it's kind of habitat-ish, I suppose. Not really though, right? Like although I just realized one of the big main pieces fell off of it.
Uh-oh.
This thing. There was like a big Oh, well, I'll have to see if I can find it.
I love the habitats as a way of commenting on minifigures and presenting them. I think they're so cool. What can I help you find, Flynn?
I was hoping to find... No! I was hoping to find the thing that fell off my mock, which was like kind of a big part of it.
Well, if you tell me what it is, I might be able to help. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Very good. Oh, yay! Thanks, honey.
Do you know why I just found that?
I know, because
'Cause
you're
I'm
the
the
finder.
finder.
By the way, if anybody didn't know this,
I am the
Richard
finder.
is the finder.
You got to say it in that voice too.
All right. Anyway, this is just really fun. Really love it. Yes, and that's true. Jen was featured on Brick Nerd this week talking all about the Habitat Challenge, and she reached out to me while I was at Bricks Cascade asking if we wanted to do the Disney Habitat Challenge with her again, which of course I said
that
yes.
was so fun.
So we will definitely be doing that again. That will be super fun.
Logan, stop.
Oh, I love that the wolf is like wearing a corset. That's fantastic. So good. Oh, I really love those. Oh, and I see she did it with the little string.
The string.
Yeah. Very cool.
Ooh.
Chris Chalice. I think we missed him before. And hello, Jake Eric, and also hello to Chris, top of the 88 to you, Chalice. There you go. Sorry, I had to say that.
Am I seeing movement in this?
So this is from Kat Harmon, who we got to meet.
Yep.
Also, which was really cool, and is a lovely person. Based on the book written in 1934 about living in the backwoods in Ontario, Canada in the 1800s, the story goes that a boy woke up in the middle of the night, in the middle of the coldest night of winter, to find mice in front of the fire dancing the quadrille, which is like a fancy dance, basically. Needless to say, no one believed him, but it made for a great book title. Was that the whole title?
With the quadrille, isn't that the dance they do on Gilded Age?
Yes, they're
quadrille.
lined up to do the quadrille. So there you go.
Well, I see that splat gear there.
Yeah, it's not the Three Blind Mice.
I noticed they...
Yeah, and not Dr. Cat Builds. This is Cat Harmon. So Cat H. So needless to say, I love it, and I love the fireplace is fantastic. Especially, I love the sort of rounded bit over the top.
They look like little stuffies. They're so cute with their white tummies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the radial stuff over the top of the fireplace opening is cool.
It's really fun.
And am I seeing it? The fireplace isn't lit, but it might as well be with those little orange plates in there.
Yeah, and I
That
wish
looks cool.
I wish we could see how the movement goes, but it looks really cool. Oh, good. We get a little bit more close up. Very
Look at
cool.
the fireplace irons too. That's so nicely done.
Oh, and I love the candelabra as well. Is really fun. Very cool. 3 mice dancing a quadrille.
And almost no studs here, or maybe almost no studs at all. It's very tiled, complete.
Yep. Ooh,
lovely.
This is from Monica Berry. Why don't you read Monica Berry's something? Because I have to grab something real quick.
From the Brothers Grimm compiled fairy tales, this build is from the story The Raven. This is the Golden Castle Stromberg atop a glass mountain. Wow, I don't know that story at all. The only Raven I know is an awesome movie with Vincent Price.
Oh, you mean the story by that guy?
Wait, what?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe. Did I say that? Is it the Raven? I think the Raven is the one that has. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Peter Lorre and Vincent Price and Boris Karloff, and Boris Karloff and Vincent Price are fighting wizards, and they get in this battle where their thrones they're setting in levitate.
Yes, they have
it's that one, not the Black Cat, right?
Yes, they have like a wizard battle.
It's a comedy.
It's really very silly.
And I think is Jack Nicholson in that as well?
He might have been. He was in a lot of those movies. So it is very possible.
Well, this model is beautiful. I've never seen a glass mountain done before. It's so
I haven't
lovely.
either. It's really cool though.
Look at all those windscreens in the lower part.
really, yeah, I'm really a fan of the and how it goes from blue to or from clear. Well, actually, it goes from gray to dark to now that's actually called trans black, believe it or not.
Yeah, I'll buy that. The sort of smoky color.
Yeah, to clear, and then to the blue trans, and then the gold castle. It's so cool.
And I like the fabric is almost like beams of light coming down from the sun. You know, this piece would just like. Can you imagine this being turned into a lamp?
Yes.
Right? That would be so awesome.
I want that to, I want and need for that to happen.
Well, a castle with the inverted tridents and gold details on top is so lovely.
Yeah, it's really quite nice.
Are you building a mock right now?
No. How dare you? Hey, Patrick Wismer, how's it going? Good to see ya. I am in no way adding last-minute pieces onto my mock. How dare you
ever do that?
And how dare you point it out? Anyway,
no one else has made last-minute additions to theirs.
This is a great view too. Yeah, this is a really good view as well. So cool, Monica.
Yeah, and bringing the grass up the mountain adds some really nice detail and breaks up that gray down there.
Yeah, it looks really, really nice, and of course, really nice rock work at the bottom as well. I think what's up?
It's a burper.
Oh, it's a burp. Oh, yes, there is. I think there is some burps.
I bet there are burps in there.
I'm gonna guess that yes, there are. All right. No actual burps, though.
Yay, backlit. I'm so glad you did that.
That's gorgeous, Monica. That is so cool.
And look how the trans yellow lights up in the castle, too.
Oh, really cool.
It's like you added lights. It's so beautiful. And the overall silhouette of the piece is really nice, too.
And I was going to say, like, I don't recognize immediately that story.
No,
like,
I don't
that's
know
one
that
I
story
haven't read.
either.
Well, they had a lot of them. There were stories.
Well, there's been a lot of kids that needed bedtime stories.
It's true.
And a good lesson.
There are all the burps we have in there, says Monica.
We're doing the same thing.
Ooh, whoa. Okay, so this is from Ms. Slowbrickta. And she says, The Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen. This is based off a drawing in a book I got as a gift when I was 5 years old. It had a lenticular cover, and the story was pretty scary for a 5-year-old or a 60-year-old. So, real quick, bye, Moto. We'll see you later.
Bye, Moto. We got to hang out with Moto.
Which was awesome.
And he gave us cool gifts, too.
He did. So,
that we'll share.
This is really great. And, like we were saying, the first time we ever did figures was on Lego Masters in the middle of a challenge. I don't recommend doing something for the first time on something like that.
Yeah. Because there might be a twist.
There might be a twist. But I really love the the treatment of the fur with the black.
Yeah, like ermine, right?
Yeah, it's really, really cool. It's a beautiful style. And in case you were wondering, in case you don't know what a lenticular is, lenticular is one of those pictures where if you move from side to side, the picture changes.
Yep.
And it's because there are little sort of triangular plastic pieces over top of lenses, and you can actually feel it with your finger. But when we were kids, the lenticulars didn't always have a changing picture. A lot of times they were 3-dimensional pictures.
Yeah, and on your ruler or your pencil box.
Exactly. Hey, Hooded One, how's it going? Great to see ya. Watch it later, no problem.
We'll be here.
Yeah, it's a really lovely build. Dawn. I really love this a lot.
And that color is one of my favorite of the many Lego blues.
Oh, Tricky Bricks, no matter what people say, I loved your guys' version of the Taker Waker. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. A little girl told us that, too.
We got told that by somebody at the convention, how much they loved our Taker Waker, which I thought. Brickmaster Amy loved our Taker Waker, too, so there you go. Just saying. Oh, you can really see the dimension here.
And look at her mouth.
Yeah, it's really, really great.
Oh, and the chaining of those 1x2 rounded pieces for the crown is
well, that's
really
what
nice.
that's what somebody was talking about. It was who was it? It was Wilfred was talking about us using that same method for our whirlpool. Was using those pieces linked like
yeah.
that. Yep.
Yeah, the whirlpool has undergone more changes.
I know, yet even more changes. Yeah, it's a really, really lovely build. Oh, and look at the drawing! And there's the lenticular!
Whoa.
With the little doll puppet things. So cool.
Oh, you really captured her robe.
Yeah, and the crown as well. Like, yeah, but the robe is just lovely. Really gorgeous drawing.
Nice work.
Oh, I know what this is.
This has got to be Beauty and the Beast.
So this is from Patrick Wismer, called Tale as Old as Time. Yes. It is Beauty and the Beast with the rose in the bell jar. Oh, so cool.
Wow. Now I wonder if a ship in the bottle had to give up any parts for this.
Very
You
likely.
think those are very special parts? Those curves especially.
Really cool, Patrick. I love this, and the rose is a beautiful build, and I love the base as well with the little gold scrolls. You know, one of my favorite pieces.
Yeah, it just looks like carved wood, and the scale of the rose inside, like building the rose to fit inside that enclosure, I think would have been challenging.
Yeah, well, building anything to go in a ship in a bottle. Yeah. Yeah, R.I.P. my ship in a bottle for sure, says Patrick. Indeed. And I love, of course, the fallen petals at the bottom is really nice.
Magical.
Oh, you put the scrolls on for me? Thank you, Patrick. So good. It's just a regular ship now, says Jake. By the way, Jake, I need to get one of your tiles with your initials on it to put on our ship in a bottle, and I didn't realize you had them with you. I should have said something.
It's funny, the convention was so distracting and my attention was pulled in so many directions, but I got to have a nice short conversation with Jake Sadovich about his super cool bat ray gun.
Yes.
There, which just had the finest little details. I think the modeling on the curves was great.
It was really cool. And his car was there, his little pedal car, which is amazing. All right.
We saw people in the real world, like they're not virtual people.
Whoa, this is incredible. This is from Spot the Magic Ninja, the Frog Prince. This is fantastic, and I love that you used the snow person crown on it.
Yes.
I mean,
the scaling on that is so good.
The modeling on this is just fantastic.
Yeah, I love the big goggly eyes.
Yeah, the eyes with the bubbles and the crown and like the shaping of the face, like that is wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'd
love to see how the crown is mounted, like what kind of hole it's sitting in, because it has that post, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, if you build a hole that is like one stud or like one brick, it will fit in there.
Like a 2x2 hole?
Yeah,
or a
something
1x1.
like that. I
expect the eyes to move. You know, I expected to just look right at us.
And the tongue is great. Spot on, if I may. I wish I had that much of that color. You know,
it is one of my favorite, maybe my favorite Lego color.
We have like a half of a shoebox full.
Yep. I don't use it the most of any color, but I always try and work it in as often as possible.
The eyes kind of move, says Spot. Very good. Wow, this is fantastic. So good. So good.
You're right,
the fly.
The frog is so gleeful about his snack.
I know. I love it. And I really love the use of the water paper cut to give the illusion that he's coming out of the pond. Like, it's so good, Spot. Really, really
I don't know.
good.
Would you kiss that frog? I'd have to think twice.
Like on the nose, maybe. That tongue's not coming anywhere near me, I can tell you that. really, really
Yeah, and the
fantastic.
lower lip with that
with that curved
angled
windshield
curve.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Good job.
Nice. All right.
This is a popular theme.
Yes, it is. This is from Lana Zaccardi. Lana's fairy tale is The Princess and the Pea. And I love the green pea.
Yeah, that lime green is kind of perfect color for a pea, right?
Well, I like that I like the different treatments of this that we've seen and the different ways that was addressed. Is really, really great.
And Princess Mini Doll.
And Princess Mini Doll. Well, I mean, it's a princess. I don't think it's a princess, but it is a princess. Like, it's not a Disney princess. It is a created from whole cloth princess.
Tell me more about princesses. This is great, and it's got a window in it, and the bed is so tall it doesn't even fit in the room. It's a good thing she had a skylight.
I know.
She's like, just add another mattress. That'll work.
Lana didn't leave any space in the room for any other furniture, says Rob. Well, I gotta say, I've lived in rooms that were like that in my lifetime. There was just enough room for the bed, and that was it. So, I get it. All right. Ooh, so this is from Rob Zaccardi.
Oh, a modern treatment.
Hansel and Gretel got lost in the bad part of town, but then they see a brightly colored candy store and figured that would be a good place to get help.
No, don't snack on the candy store.
I know. I love the car with no tires on it.
Oh, and the road is it's a curve going around there.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I love the use of the back of the 16 by 16 plates. It actually makes a really cool design.
It's really pretty. You know what that design reminds me of?
Kind of Art Deco-y.
Well, it reminds me of the brick built background for the Super Collider. In
Mel's
Spider-Verse.
Yep. It's
in
really
Mel's,
cool.
collaboration.
And I love the the building facade, because you don't have to build a whole building, right? The facade is fantastic.
But just as a cautionary tale, if you see a building, be it a house in the woods or any building made of candy, don't eat the candy walls.
Yeah, think twice.
At least check to see if anyone's home. So I want Hansel and so all the time in all those hidden side, that was Hansel. I got another Hansel.
All right, and Hansel's ghost dog. Yay! This one is from Vanessa Zaccardi, Princess Liz and the Frog.
Vanessa's landscaping is just wonderful.
It really is. And I love all the different sizes of plants in the background. And of course, Liz.
Frog. And Liz.
Which is great. And I love the use of the dots as the
lily pad flowers.
Pads. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Fabby fans, that's what I got distracted. Fabby says, does anyone say Hansel in the voice of Looney Tunes?
I heard it.
Yes,
I heard it in my head.
Said it, and that's why I said Hansel instead of
Hansel.
Hansel? Hansel? Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh, and
I do.
Yeah. Lots of. And you know what? I think when we were here, we didn't actually see that. I believe I saw Coral in the background. I loved that we had to explain to Holly what Coral was about. She's like, all this time.
Why is that kid's picture up there?
And then we had to explain it, and then I was like, oh, it's not as funny.
Why is that extra serious? He's so serious. This one might be dark pink.
This one's dark pink, but there was Coral in the other one. So, Fabby Fan says it's not just me. Okay, this is from ages and ages and ages and ages ago. On one of our very first shows, we talked about this, and that was we used to watch the Walking Dead, and then we stopped watching it because it was just too horrifying.
Yeah, but I know even for us.
The kid's name is Carl in the show.
Yep.
And his dad, who's played by Andrew Lincoln,
The sheriff.
He's the sheriff, and he's a British actor doing an American accent. But whenever
He does it well.
But whenever he would yell for Carl, which he did
Which was
often,
a lot.
which was a lot, he would say coral, and it always sounded like he was saying coral. And I don't know if that was like his accent coming through or just the way that he said it or whatever. But
And this was always in dire circumstances.
and it was it was a meme for a long time about the coral, like, you know, what do fish swim in? Coral. Like, it was a whole thing. Anyway, it became a joke ages ago, and it's now lost all meaning except for just that. So there you go.
So that was the origin of the
origins
Coral
of coral,
Empire.
in case you were wondering. Okay, so we're gonna have to wrap it up here, but I've got mine that I wanted to show.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you remember I talked about this last week. This is a very not well-known fairy tale. It is Hans Christian Andersen, and I went back and read it again. Hansel Christian Andersen. I went back and read it for the first time in a really, really long time. And
it's way more horrible than you remembered, right?
Well, it was a little different than I remembered, and then also it went on and on and on past the ending that I thought it did. It was like kind of goes on a little. So this was yes, that's true.
Holly.
New Lego color. Yep. A lot of people wondered. It was like it was a one-shot joke that just became a meme. Okay.
You mean like Ms. Thing and Angela and...
Oh my goodness, yes. So mine is a story called The Little Girl Who Trod on a Loaf. And it is...
Wow, that doesn't sound like a well-behaved little girl.
It was the weirdest thing. Okay, so how the story goes is this little girl was poor, but she was kind of a snob. And her parents didn't have enough money to keep her, so they sent her to go work for a rich family. And the rich family treated her not like a servant, but as if she was their own daughter. And one day, when she gets older, she gets pretty, she gets meaner.
So she
like
had,
the thing
she had
that
it pretty good, right?
And
like people were
she had it
treating her
really
nice.
good. And the thing that she really she was also like, they show how mean she is by talking about how she liked to pull the wings off of flies.
Don't do that.
Right? And watch them crawl around. So she, one day, her rich family that she's working for is like, hey, you should take your parents some food because they're poor and you should go say hi to them. And she's like, ugh, okay. And she puts on her best outfit and she's going through the woods and she gets to a marshy area. And then she can't get across it, and she doesn't want to soil her shoes. So she takes the big, giant loaf of white bread out of her basket that she's supposed to be taking her family, throws it down on the mud puddle, or to the marsh, and then starts to walk across it. And as she does, her foot freezes to the loaf of bread, and she sinks down into the marsh and lands in the workroom of the marsh wife, who is the woman who makes bad smells, apparently. Like, she lives with, like, slugs and scorpions and spiders and snakes, and she, like, brews up the terrible smells that come out of a marsh, and so she has barrels of smelly stuff all over. Well, so the girl lands in the bottom, like, frozen, like a statue, and it just so happens that the devil and his grandmother, it gets weirder.
Wow,
the devil and his grandmother are visiting the marsh wife that day, and the devil's grandmother is like, you know, I really like that statue there, meaning the girl. I really want that for can I have it? And she's like, yeah, I don't even know where it came from. Go ahead. So the devil's grandmother takes the little girl, her name is Inger, by the way, takes Inger home, who's frozen on the bread, and puts her in her like sitting room or whatever, and then she's like cursed to live in the devil's grandmother's sitting room with all the flies that she pulled the wings off of, like crawling all over her face, and she can't get them off. It's intense, and it goes on from there. Like it just goes on and on and on. It's crazy.
Yeah. So and so the moral is here:
don't step on bread.
Yeah. If you get some groceries, deliver them.
Okay. So I did the Belleville.
Don't be a jerk.
I did the Belleville version. of the little girl who trod on a loaf. Now, unfortunately, I could not get the bread loaf to stick to her foot, so it's just kind of there. So you'll forgive me.
Well, she in this version she trod on the loaf and then fell off.
So this is.
There's the marsh wife,
the little girl who trod on a loaf. So there she is, falling into the marsh with her like basket and the bread, and this was the thing that fell off of it earlier, by the way.
Cypress tree.
And then there is the marsh wife making all of her smelly potions.
I can see there's lime green and purple
in the bottom.
What are those like? Oh, those are snakes sticking out.
Yeah,
of the
so those
box.
are all of her snakes, and let me see if I can.
Look at her. Look at her face. She's like, I'm going to make some really bad smells today.
So, yeah, and there she is stirring up all of her pots of stuff.
That's awesome. And she's got all of her bad smell ingredients on the wall.
I know. And so the minute that I dropped her in here and had the legs hanging down, I could not stop laughing.
That's what I know that moment.
You do know that moment. I was giggling so hard. So, yeah, that is the little girl
who trod on a loaf. I think that Belleville Witch is one of my favorite figures.
Yeah, she's really, really great. So there you go. That is my and I've been obsessed with that story forever. I read it as a little kid and was so weirded out by it. And there's another one that you should read called Molly Whuppie. That one's nuts, man. There is a lot going on there. A lot to unpack in that story. I wasn't going to do that one. But anyway, yeah, that's The Little Girl Who Trod on a Loaf. Look it up. You can read it on Wikipedia. So Bubs and Lavabat says, Tricky Bricks, by the way, I know you love Belleville, but what is your opinion on Scala? And thank you, everybody, by the way, for the kind compliments.
I haven't been drawn to Scala as much as I'm drawn to
Belleville.
Yeah, or Fabuland.
Or Fabuland. Yeah, not so much on the...
But I may just not have seen the right Scala pieces.
The next time I step in dog poo, I hope I say, oh no, I trod on a...
Well, just don't fall through the marsh.
Just don't fall into the marsh. And pray that if you do, the devil and his grandmother aren't visiting that day.
I know, that
you're
was
gonna
a
be
bad
in
day.
big trouble. I know, and I love that it was his grandmother. It was like so weird. Oh, and I love, the devil's grandmother. I forgot to tell this part about it. The devil's grandmother crochets, and she crochets lies and gossip. Like that's what her thing is that she does. And she like weaves these elaborate tapestries of lies and gossip. It's so weird. It's so weird, you guys.
Into like toaster cozies?
I guess so. So anyway, that is our show. That is our show for today. So our last Friday show is in 2 weeks, which means our last Friday show will be a challenge day, which I think is entirely appropriate.
Yep.
So what's
the new challenge, Flynn?
For our final challenge, the theme is, I don't even know what to say. Like, the theme is the show. The theme is Tricky Lug. The theme is the Tricky Bricks Build and Chat show. It is whatever that means to you, what the show has meant to you, a favorite moment from the show, a favorite mock that you built for the show. Maybe you want to either send in a picture that you've sent in before, or you want to rebuild something that you've done before. Just something to commemorate 2 years of Friday build challenges.
It could be a mosaic or a habitat.
I mean, it is like
sculpture.
Sky's the limit. Do whatever you want, but the theme is the whole tricky family. Like whether it's, and that includes coral and Clicky and Ms. Thing and Angela, Logan, Thunderman, like whatever thing that you take away with you from the show is what the theme is. So looking forward to seeing what everybody comes up with. I hope it may be a longer show that day. We'll see. I mean, I think it probably will be for the final show.
With lots of flashbacks.
Lots of flashbacks, lots of talking about things. And again, we're not going away for good. We'll still be here on Sundays with the crew. Liz, exactly, Rob Ketcherside, whatever your takeaway from this past 2 years has been. And we want to see it.
If that meetup at Bricks Cascade, which was only a part of Tricky Lug, was any indication, Tricky Lug is going strong, and there's lots and lots of fun to be had there.
Exactly. Well, everybody, we must dash because I have to be at work in a half an hour, and I got to drive there still.
Don't trod on a loaf.
I shall not trod on a loaf on my way.
Present tense.
Tread, yes. We'll need some time to think about this one. Yeah. Yes, Richard will be with us for the last Friday. I'm saying it now.
Yeah, I will. I will take.
Maybe we'll take some hours off.
I'll take some hours off work.
Very good. Hope you have a fantastic start of your weekend. We will be here on Sunday with the crew. I will be on my last Twitch stream my last day on the raid train, not my last Twitch stream, but my last day on the raid train on Tuesday. If you want to join me for that, that's 3 p.m. PST on Twitch. And then we will be back next Friday with a check-in for our Lego house piece, one of the last check-ins we're going to have on that piece for a little while.
Post-twist.
Post-twist, exactly. Thanks everybody for coming and joining us today. Thanks for all your amazing builds. Can't wait to see what you come up with for this final, I shouldn't say final challenge, for our last Friday challenge.
Yep.
Thanks to Monica and to Maraid for helping out with the challenges every week and the slideshows. Super appreciate that. And until next time, don't forget to stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, wear your mask, get that shot, get that booster if you haven't got one already. Do what you need to do to keep yourself healthy, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Happy building.